What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy Myron McCray, aka Tornado McCray, across the scours of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. Now, first thing first, I have to address, I apologize for getting Dave Canales' name messed up on the graphic in the last episode. I was thinking of Dan when I was typing, but I knew I was talking about Dave. Dave, if you ever see this episode, please forgive me. It was an accident. I promise I know your name. But now that that's addressed, we're going to get right into it. First question I got to ask, and I've been thinking about it, bro, is Noah Williams the corner that we're looking for? And his name came up because of some research that I was doing, and I saw that ESPN's draft analyst Jordan Reed, he had a breakdown of all the picks we were taking this year in the draft. And the most impactful one that he had outside of our number one pick, he had Noah Williams being taken in the fourth round with that 111th pick. Some of you may not know who he is. And Noah is the star cornerback from the California Golden Bears the past 2 seasons. And this man has been phenomenal from the tape that I've seen. This last season alone, Noah put up 52 total tackles, 33 were solo, 1 forced fumble, 16 passes defended, which was tied third in FBS, led the FBS in 7 interceptions with taking 1 back for a pick 6, and he returned a kick for an 80-yard touchdown on kickoff. So not only was he doing it on defense, he was also doing it on special teams, man. And you love a versatile guy. You always love a versatile guy. And these efforts actually earned him consensus All-American selection. So you got to love the fact that he's been balling out. Even more so, he spent 2 years with the Golden Bears, and he spent his other 3 seasons at UNLV. And one thing I do love is the fact that he had an interception in all 5 seasons of his collegiate career. Total, he finished with 203 total tackles, 134 which were solo dolo. He had 14 interceptions, and he also had 3 forced fumbles. The man sounds good. The man sounds phenomenal. But I know a few of you were asking, hey, yo, what's his build? What is he, like 5'10"? Like, what are we talking about here in terms of his build? He's 6'1", 200 pounds. The exact same size as J.C. Horn. Keep that in mind. At the combine, these are the numbers he put up. His 40 time, he ran a 4.5. His 10-yard split was a 1.54. He had a 33.5-inch vert, a 10-foot broad jump, and he also did 19 reps on the bench press. So he appears to be strong and physical, but also appears to have the hands to be a lockdown corner and pick off the ball a lot. Plus, major factor here that I know it has to be noted, no notable injury history, which is a big up in my opinion. That's a big up in my opinion. When it's all said and done, I think Noah Williams, when looking at it all, could be the Jeff Hardy to J.C. Horn's Matt Hardy. We could have the tag team duo that we have so desperately wanted for J.C., and it would be beautiful. The real question is if he falls this far. Being as good as he is, I don't know. But if he falls that far and we can snag him, I think we just got a steal on our hands. I really do, and it will look good all the way into the foreseeable future and the horizon. But speaking of foreseeable futures, speaking of that, the next question I got to ask and next thing we got to talk about is Adam Thielen. And if this is Thielen's last dance. Now, since he's arrived, Adam has been nothing but a great addition to Carolina. He's been a consistent target for Bryce on the field, off the field, but also he's been a consistent guy and a great glue guy for the locker room in general. An awesome presence to have, and I love every bit about it. The other thing I love about Adam is he's a competitor and wants to win. He wants to compete for championships. Now, Carolina hasn't been the best place for him to do that these last couple of years, so it's kind of been feeling like he's been wasting his time, and he even admitted that he contemplated retirement after this past year. Don't blame him. Truth be told, I don't blame him. However, he's blessed us, and he's decided to come back for his 12th year, and which will also be the final year in his 3-year contract that we signed him to. But is this it? That's the real thing. Is this the last year of Adam Thielen? I have a twofold answer when it comes to that. Now, the first one, if Carolina continues to trend in the right direction, I say no. And I say no because a chance at a playoff or a deep playoff run changes your perspective. It changes your mind on what you want to do. It changes everything, especially when you're an athlete that wants to win so badly. Now you want to come back. If you know you're on the doorstep, if you know you're right there, you're going to want to come back. You're going to want to come back. And if they come back, Adam has to re-sign. Knowing Adam and how great of a guy he is, if he thinks it will help the team win, he most likely will take a pay cut to bring in more pieces to help Carolina get over the hump in 2016. That's how badly he wants to win, and I respect it to the fullest. I want that type of guy on my team. I love that type of guy on my team. So I think if that's the way we go, Thielen comes back, and it's going to be way more beneficial than we're even seeing right now. However, if Carolina stagnates or regresses, then yes, Thielen is out the door. This is it. Enjoy it while it lasts. It's no more. Because let's be real. He's too old for another or even a prolonged rebuild, man. He's 34 and he's creeping up in age, but he also wants to still be a major contributor, and he still can be. But being a major contributor on a team that has no shot at winning the playoffs and even getting to the playoffs, it only makes sense to hang it up. Because if he stays, what is he doing? He's just stat padding at that point when he could be spending valuable time with his family. He's a father. He's a husband. The man has life outside of football, and I know he wants to be there for it. And his family sacrificed a lot for his career, so I know he wants to give back to them. So if Carolina does stagnate, this will be the last year we see of Adam Thielen. With all that being said, my expectations for Thielen this year, here's how it goes. I expect his numbers to still be lower than his prime years in Minnesota, but he's still going to be a major part of this offense like he has been. He was very consistent for his last year. He's going to be very consistent for his this year, and it's going to show. But not only that, he is our vet for our receivers. He is our unk, our old head, our guy that the young receivers can look up to and emulate. And that guy, that man right there, Adam Thielen, is a receiver I would want anybody to emulate. If I have a young receiver coming in, Adam Thielen is one of the prime examples that you want to play this game and to model their game after. So I love it. Now, the actual numbers, and these are my actual number expectations, I'm thinking he's probably going to have around 850 yards, probably about 60 catches, and around 9 touchdowns. And I'm saying that because it's actually an increase from last year due to the fact that he's had the offseason to recover. He's feeling healthy. He's feeling good. So I think his numbers are going to get bumped up. He's not going to play only 10 games. I think he can play all 17 once again like he did the first year in Carolina. So that's honestly where I think he's going to go, and I think it's going to bode well for history. And lastly, speaking of history, third thing we got to talk about, guys, and I want to bring this up. I know it says down there, which Super Bowl would you take, 2003 or 2015? And here's why I'm thinking about it. This season marks the 10th anniversary of our 2015 year, this upcoming season. Hard to think about it, but yeah, it's been that long. And I was thinking about the Super Bowl runs we've made as a franchise, and I've been looking back on them, where I was and where I've been. I was 10 years old in elementary school in Alaska when we made the run to Super Bowl 38 with the 2003 team. I was 22 in college when we made the 2015 run to Super Bowl 50. Bro, it resonates so much with my soul because even when I think about it, my favorite players from that era. For 2003, my favorite players were Steve Smith, Musa Muhammad, and Mike Minter. For 2015, it was Josh Norman, Greg Olsen, and Luke Kuechly. And yet, I know everybody loved Cam. No shade to Cam or Jake Delhomme, but those were my guys. Memorable moments I had. I had two memorable moments from each season. 2003, first of all, Jake the Snake becoming Jake the Snake and leading us to a comeback in week 1 after we were down 17. And then, honestly, beating St. Louis in that second overtime game in the playoffs. As a kid, those were phenomenal to me. 2015, I loved when we destroyed Dallas on Thanksgiving Day in the blue color rushes in Dallas. Oh, man, that was such a beautiful day, especially because I got to rub it into my uncles who were diehard Dallas fans. Then I will never forget the Josh Norman OBJ brawl in New York. That was absolute cinema. Honorable mention, Janet Jackson. If you know, you know. But also, guys, with that comes heartbreak and it comes turmoil. And each season had that one moment in the Super Bowl that just breaks me. Super Bowl 38, when John Casey shanks the kick right after we tie the game at 29 with 1:05 left. That I knew it was over when that happened. And then Super Bowl 50, we all know the moment when Cam Newton fumbles while we're down 16-10, playing our worst offensive game of the year with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the game. When I think about it all, and I think about that question, and I ask, which would I rather change? Which would I rather have us have won? Honestly, I would take the 2003 title, truth be told. And the main thing is because I think us winning the Super Bowl in 2003 has a lot more drastic effects on the outlook of the NFL than the 2015 does. Plus, it disrupts Brady and the New England era, and I would love to say we stole a Super Bowl from Brady. And it's just something that I want. But looking at it as a whole, 2003, we're a young franchise. We win a Super Bowl. We shake up things in the NFL. Now everybody's trying to catch up. I feel like the ramifications and the ripple effect is just heads and tails way bigger than what would have happened had we won in 2015. Plus, I wish I could have celebrated the Super Bowl as a kid, man. I am envious of any kid that's been able to celebrate the Super Bowl as a child and just be able to experience that. Like, that's a core memory I wish I could have had, and I wish I would have been blessed with. But, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of Panther Pride TV. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like this video, hit the notification button so you get all notifications, share this with any other Carolina Panther fans that you know or friends and family, and also comment below, who do y'all think, one, what do y'all think about Noah Williams? 2, what do you think about Adam Thielen this upcoming season? And 3, which Super Bowl would you have, 03 or 2015? Because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace, much love to all of y'all. Later days, Panther Nation, and keep pounding. I'll see you next time.